I would like my property to be returned to me immediately. Can you do that? Can you return the property that you stole from me?
Not on the threat that you made.
What is the Fourth Amendment?
Fourth Amendment?
Yeah.
Hit me with the hard ones today, man.
You'd expect a police officer to know at least the basics of the law they swore to uphold, but these tyrants were far worse, getting brutally schooled by these auditors.
Oh, I'm not going to go inside, or I'm not going to go on your property. I'm not going to go in there. Can I ask you something? Well, okay. And here we go. Oh, they talking boys.
How you doing? We got called here because you're recording the building and recording employees.
I doing what?
You're recording the building, recording the employees.
How would I be able to? What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Clintz.
Clintz?
Yep, Clintz. Badge number 2205.
Okay, now say that one more time. What you just said.
So, got called here because you're standing outside of the bank, recording the employees. They've asked you to stop. They've asked you to leave.
They did not. They didn't say neither one of those. And why would, how would I be able to record the employees if they inside their bank?
I'm not sure. But
yeah, that's a good question.
What exactly are you doing?
What exactly what you see?
Which is?
What am I doing?
I mean, you're recording the building for sure.
I'm recording now. I'm recording the birds. I was recording all kind of stuff. Okay. Cars. There's some nice cars rolling by, and and just hypothetically speaking, if you was at home like sleep and your best friend came like beating on your door, ringing your doorbell for breakfast, all you got to eat is cookies, cereal, and milk. What do you open first?
Probably the door.
Okay. Maybe if I can get two more out of you, what is the third and fourth letter in alphabet?
Third and fourth?
Yeah.
C and D.
Okay. And the last question I can ask you is, what's the First Amendment?
First Amendment?
Yeah, the 5 elements of the First Amendment.
Oh man, dude, it's been so long.
So long? What do you mean by that? So long
since I've like studied that. Studied that specific amendment.
The first. It's the first. It's
free speech. Religion. You tell me.
How long was the academy?
The academy?
Yeah.
Mine was a year.
A year?
Yeah, that was like 8 years ago.
8 years ago?
I'm not saying that you're doing anything
No, you're
wrong.
fine. I'm gonna let you try to redeem yourself. What is the Fourth Amendment?
Fourth Amendment?
Yeah.
Hit me with the hard ones today, man.
You know the Fifth? What's the Fifth?
Hey, Aguayo, you mind just staying with him for a minute?
You know the Fifth Amendment?
Yeah, he's just recording.
You know the Fifth? Yeah, we are recording, right? You recording? Hey, but are you recording, Officer Clint?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This officer forgot about the amendments. How is he supposed to uphold the law when he doesn't even remember it? And the strange thing is, his PD didn't even do a refresher course in 9 years. The first officer quickly dodges his question and leaves the man with Officer Aguayo.
Partners?
We work together.
Y'all work together? Something he just had really like an issue with was, what is the First Amendment? The 5 elements.
5 elements of it?
Of the First Amendment.
That's what he said?
We're asking.
Like freedom of speech and all that?
What's the first? And all of that? What's the rest of all of that? It's 5?
Yeah, it's 5 elements.
Do you know the 5?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I'm gonna let you redeem yourself. How about the Fourth Amendment?
You have any ID on you?
Huh?
You have any ID on you?
Sure.
Can I see it, please?
Can you see it? You want to trade IDs?
I mean, you've got my ID.
No, your ID.
Okay, so you're gonna be trespassed from here?
I wasn't on their property though.
Okay, they don't want you to come back.
Well, let them know if you can
And
go
so-
back.
so what
if
I
you
need
can-
from you-
if you can go back in there, let them know I trespassed them as well. I never
That's fine.
stepped on their
What I
property.
need from you is your ID.
Can we get a supervisor out here, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
How's it going?
How you doing, man? What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Rippy, 0315.
How you doing, Mr. Rippy?
I'm not too bad. How about yourself?
What you got for me?
I don't have anything. I was told you wanted to talk to me.
Am I detained or am I free to go?
No, you're free to go. You haven't done anything wrong.
Okay. I mean, that's all.
Okay. Did the bank want to talk to me about anything?
Nope.
Okay.
He just requested you, so.
Yeah, because Mr. Clint, he said, by law, I have to give him my ID.
I mean, yes.
By law, and I'm on the sidewalk, minus no crime.
They want you warned for trespass, so we want to know who you are so that we can give you the trespass warning.
Yes, I've never been on their property, though.
You don't have to be on their property for them to tell you that they don't want you to come on their property.
So
But the reality of it is we know who you are. We'll recognize you. We've been dealing with you for the last several days. So if you show up on their property, we'll find out the rest of the information that
Correct.
we need. We'll go about it that way.
Exactly, Mr. Rippy.
So I'm not worried about it.
If you can do me a favor, can you go back in there and let them know I want them trespass for mines as well?
From yours where?
My property.
What property where?
Can you just tell them that, not to come on my property as well?
They have to know what property they cannot go on.
You just tell him he don't want you on his property as well.
But they have no way of knowing what property that is.
Well, tell him I
The
don't want
whole
him on.
point of trespass warning is you know where you're not supposed to go.
Okay, tell him I don't
You're
want.
here, so you know that you can't come here.
Okay, tell him I don't want him on the sidewalk.
You can't do that. That's
Okay.
public property.
Okay.
Just like nobody's telling you that you can't be on the sidewalk. It's
Okay.
perfectly legal for you to be here.
Aguayo didn't even know the amendments. The petty officials at the bank trespassed the auditor for no reason. Then the guy asked the same question from the supervisor, hoping someone knew the answer.
This is something so serious, Mr. Rippy. Can you help him out with something?
This is all your follow-up nonsense questions.
It wasn't.
I'm not messing with
The
that.
First Amendment is nonsense. I asked him what was the First and Fourth Amendment.
Oh, okay.
That's nonsense to you?
I've watched several of your other videos,
No.
and you ask them math questions and all kinds of silliness.
No, real talk. I asked this gentleman, because he was asking me for my ID, I asked him what is the Fourth Amendment, and he couldn't say it. Then I asked him what was the First Amendment. He couldn't say it. I wish he was a little closer, so I can see you probably helping him out or letting him know about the Fourth and the First Amendment. He does not know. He said that.
He does, because he and I have talked about it. We train on it all the time.
Well, I got him on camera saying he do not know.
Okay, just because he doesn't want to answer your question doesn't mean that that's a bad thing.
I got him on camera saying 2 of the 5 elements and then saying I don't know the rest. Can you help me out? All I'm saying is,
You know him or you wouldn't be out here.
just help him out, man. Just help him out.
Okay.
With the First and Fourth Amendment, okay?
Enjoy.
None of the officers knew the law. It's scary to know that officers still patrol the streets uninformed. The next officer didn't feel shame in stealing from people. Sean visited the Brookhaven Town Hall and met up with some downright scummy officers. But the way he deals with them is commendable.
We have our taxes for last year. That's a total of $22,000 approximately that I paid to the town of Brookhaven for them to retaliate against me and selectively enforce minor code violations to the sum of $75,000.
I'm gonna head in.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Sean went outside to collect some audio equipment from his car. This is when he came back to realize that some officers had stolen his signs.
Director of Canine Companions, and she would like to say a few words.
Great.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Do you know where the signs went?
Yeah,
Where were they at?
we got them downstairs at the front desk.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
No signs. So they stole the signs.
We didn't steal them.
Hold on. You didn't
can
tell us you were
retrieve
taking them.
Why did you steal the signs? I mean, literally, the signs are right here. Nobody stole the signs. If they're not here, someone stole them. Why would you do that? We didn't steal them. We removed them because
Are they yours?
No
You didn't have possession of them. They're not your signs.
You can have them back.
But you stole the signs. Why would you do
We
that?
didn't steal them. You can have them back.
This is so Stasis.
Yeah.
STASYS. He stole
You
the
cut me
signs.
short earlier. Who's to say
that a terrorist wouldn't be bringing in the Constitution and telling them.
But it's part of our First Amendment right to bring in signs.
This is
I know it is.
And we're at a
just a
public place.
that a terrorist wouldn't bring
I'd
the
like the
Constitution.
signs
We gotta
back.
show them the Constitution.
You'll get them then.
All right, can I have them?
Are you leaving?
So
We'll
I
give them
have.
to you when you leave.
No, we want
So
them back.
only when I leave.
Yes. You're here for the
I don't
meeting,
think so.
right?
No, that's not acceptable. You don't own those signs. You stole those signs.
We didn't steal.
So we may do a
Do you have a supervisor?
police complaint against
Is there a
you.
supervisor? Is there a supervisor around? Can you call a supervisor?
Sure.
I'm requesting one, yeah.
This is classic.
This is insane. They just took the fucking signs.
He stole the signs. So we may have to do a criminal complaint with the police. Him and whoever else took those signs down. They're pretty heavy signs too.
Very convenient that they waited for Sean to leave. Are you the public safety supervisor?
Yeah.
They took our signs.
Yeah, oh yeah, look, it says right there, no signs, so we secured them in the front.
And no cameras, but you're not going to enforce that.
I don't think that's enforceable.
But you can't.
And the signs aren't enforceable either.
Say again?
He has a right to have a sign here.
We don't believe he does. So
Of course he does.
It's part of the First
What
Amendment.
right do you have
the
to
signs
take
are
the sign
secured.
away?
The signs are secured downstairs. It's not interrupted.
So can we get the signs?
Sure, they're downstairs.
All right,
They're not going to come back up.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
We're gonna get them out.
Yeah, they are.
They're secured, sir.
They're secured, so they're stolen.
When you leave the building, you
Why did you literally stole our colleague's signs?
But on the
Literally
same,
stole the signs.
the guidelines for the speakers, it says no cameras, right? No cameras, no signs, right? Right?
Yep.
So why am I allowed in there with a camera?
I didn't know who you were, because media is allowed to have cameras.
Right.
You're media, I thought.
Signs too.
It's part of my First Amendment to have a sign or a camera.
We can't interrupt the board. My understanding is that you're media, and the media can have cameras.
The media can also have a sign.
No, you can't.
Why can't I have a sign?
I don't make the rules, buddy. If you have a
It's
problem,
called freedom of expression.
okay.
And that's my First Amendment right.
And as far as freedom of speech goes and free things,
Right.
there's rules of decorum in an open auditorium where we don't allow signs.
The idiot security officials claimed that cameras are prohibited inside, all while multiple journalists were sitting inside recording the meeting. Sean then went on to talk to the security head, who turned out to be an even bigger idiot.
To take your signs. They said, we didn't steal them, we secured them. So I said, so when the bank robbers robbed the money out of the bank, they didn't steal the money, they secured the money.
Right.
And so now
Where's my signs?
I'm waiting for the police.
For the police? Did you call them?
How soon? How are you? Good to see you.
Listen, you guys should give Dave a chance, though, to work this out.
Listen, my chance is this. I went to the law department to see if I did the right thing. They said yes. I said he wants the sign back. I said, okay, but when I give him the sign back, he's going to go upstairs. That's what he said. And they said, well, call the police. So that's what I did. If the police say give you your signs back,
Well, I
I'm
called
more than
the
happy
police
to
too.
turn them over.
You guys stole my
I
sign.
follow the advice I was given from my counsel. That's all.
They'll give you your signs back. They just don't.
That's not the
They
point.
just don't want you to put the signs up there.
They took
That's
the
all.
signs.
Sir, I'd like my signs back, please. I would like my property to be returned to me immediately, please. Can you do that? Can you return the property that you stole from me?
Not on the threat that you made.
What threat?
He made the threat. Your colleague made the threat.
What's the threat?
And I don't know whose signs they are.
They're my signs. I'm telling you
I
that.
don't know
They're
that.
my signs.
How do I know that?
I'm telling you. That's on.
Okay, well, if you told me this was your wallet, I wouldn't give it to you.
Right. Well, I'm telling you they're my signs.
Okay. Well, when the police come, we can sort it out.
So I don't care what threat was made to you. I didn't make any threats against you. I would like my property back that you stole from me.
Okay.
You have no right. You're not law enforcement. You're a public safety commissioner. You have no right to take anyone's property. That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. You seized my property without a warrant, without any legal authority to do so. So can you please give me back my property? I'm not being hostile towards you. I haven't taken your property. I haven't done anything to you. I'm asking for my property back that is rightfully mine. I purchased it.
You have a receipt?
I don't need a receipt. This is not a Walmart, sir. This is my building. This is town hall.
They were left in the back of the room.
They were not left in the back of the
Were
room.
you standing next to those signs?
It doesn't.
Nobody was. They were left in the back of the room, so I
I was
secured
sitting
them.
next to them.
He made a threat with the
I
signs.
was sitting
What he
next
was
to
going to
him.
do with the signs when I gave them back to him because he said they were his. So at the end of the day, the police will sort it out. That's all. They'll be here
But
in a minute.
I'm telling you, they're my signs. You have a bunch of cameras in here. Why don't you check the cameras and see that I brought the signs inside? and then that way you can return them to me. I know you're not law enforcement, but you have access to the security cameras, right? You could do some investigative work, see me bringing in the signs, and then give me back the signs.
The security head was a thief. The police should come and arrest him for his crimes. Let's see what the cops do when they arrive.
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, how you doing? Can I just get your names and badge numbers?
Yeah, RAF, RAFF, and then 7530.
Okay, and yours, I can't, it's too shiny.
Berkwood's 7756.
Okay, thank you.
So, what's going on?
I was in the public meeting. I was going to speak during public comment. I had 2 signs with me. Somebody stole my signs. I didn't see who it was. I wasn't looking at it, and somebody took them. And then when I asked the public safety commissioner there if I could have my signs back, he told me no. He says, do you have a receipt for the signs? Et cetera, et cetera. So I called you guys because I was like, I want my property back. It's my property.
I get it, yeah.
This is my property.
We talked with them. They're willing to give the signs back. It's just they have the posted notification saying no signs.
Right.
So,
but it also says no recording. That doesn't mean that it's like a law. How you doing? Anthony, nice to meet you. Those are my signs, yeah. Thanks.
These are fairly large signs, and we're out in the auditorium, just putting this in a means of egress and obstructing access, right?
Right.
I'm not obstructing your right to protest, but you can't put these in an aisle, you can't put these by the egress where...
They were in the back, where nobody walks. They were just in the back. I didn't put them in the front. They were in the back of the building. They were in the back of the room. I'm not trying to block anybody's way.
He's giving your signs back, correct, Commissioner?
The police telling me I have to give the signs back?
Okay. We just cannot obstruct egress.
I won't. Thank you.
Commissioner?
I won't.
I need to see where he puts them.
This was a slap on the face of the security head. Sean went back and placed the signs. Later on, it was his turn to speak at the town hall, and he sure had some kind words for the administration.
Out of the way.
We're going to start off with our first 4 speakers, which will be Sean Paul Reyes, Leroy True, Vinny from South Jersey News.
My name is Sean Paul Reyes, born and raised in the town of Brookhaven. Excuse me, most of you know it as Crookhaven. I'm an independent journalist and constitutional activist, and my company, Long Island Audit Inc., is dedicated to exposing government corruption. I've received countless reports from residents about selective enforcement and retaliation, and during my investigation, I became a target myself. The town charged me with 20 retaliatory violations totaling $75,000. 7 of them, worth $36,000, are for a property I do not even own. Yes, you heard that right. I don't even own it. But that doesn't matter to the town of Brookhaven. They'll weaponize whatever they can. Between my 2 properties, one being my childhood home, I pay over $20,000 a year in property taxes. And what do I get for that money? A corrupt government, a police department that ignores the law, and a town supervisor, Dan Panico, along with a town attorney, John Rouse, who abused their power to intimidate and silence journalists. And it's good being able to speak to you in person, Town Supervisor Daniel Panico. As your constituent, I'm very concerned that you would have your town attorney try to use my letter, which I wrote to you, against me in court, which, by the way, Supervisor Panico, is a First Amendment protected activity, petitioning your grievances to your government for redress. You swore an oath to uphold my rights, yet you and your administration are violating them. Residents know that this is a pay-to-play system, and it's who you know when it comes to housing permits. The average resident doesn't fight back because they have jobs, families, they just want the nightmare to end, so they submit. But fighting tyranny is my job, and I will fight this retaliatory and malicious prosecution all the way. When I stood before the judge, it was clear as day that the court was rigged against me. John Rouse, a former judge, was unprofessional, biased, and vindictive, refused to speak to me off the record. The town is now subpoenaing my personal and business tax returns, which they have not provided any reason for. This isn't the law, this is lawfare. This is tyranny. We the people will not stand by any longer. We pay outrageous taxes for pothole-ridden roads, for corrupt officials who think they rule us instead of serving us. You are a public servants, and it's about damn time we remind you of that. Let me be crystal clear. I won't do that to the residents of Brookhaven when I take your job, Supervisor Panico. I will protect the rights of the people. I will put an end to this corruption, and I will end the pay-to-play once and for all. I'm glad you think that's funny, Councilman. Okay, that's great. Do you have any other stand-up comedy for us? What? Do you have anything else to say besides just laugh? Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, don't say it under your breath. Say it out loud. Okay. No, I got 13 seconds. We're not done. If you got something to say, you can say it out loud. Now I'm done.
When Sean talked about his grievances, Councilman Michael LaGuercio laughed at him. I guess suing someone with his own tax money and having the court rigged against him is just absurd from our officials. Sean's friend Leroy also had some harsh words for the councilman.
Disrespectful prick.
Hello, servants of the town of Brookhaven. Because that's who you are. Servants, including the clown there, Michael LaGuercio. You're not rulers. You're not dictators. You're not tyrants. No, in reality, that's all I've experienced today is tyranny. You're servants of we the people. My name is Leroy Truth of Leroy Truth Investigations. I urge you all to subscribe to my YouTube and my Facebook channel to learn the truth. Not just about other corrupt politicians, but yourselves as well. I am here today in absolute unwavering support of my friend and fellow investigative journalist, Sean Paul Reyes of Long Island Audit, a man of the highest integrity who had the courage to expose your corruption and was met with one of the most blatantly illegal acts of government retaliation I have ever seen. $75,000 in outrageous retaliatory fines towards this man, all because he investigated you. And that's why I'm here. That's what led me to Brookhaven. Now I am investigating you. And just a little bit ago, my friend Sean here, he had two signs which are still in the back. They were stolen from him. His personal property was stolen by your so-called public safety officers. And then, after they said, well, we didn't steal them, we secured them. So the next time someone robs one of your banks and you catch the bank robber, I hope the bank robber says, oh, I didn't steal $1 million from your bank, I just secured the money. Because that's exactly what the public safety officers did here to my friend Sean. And the public safety officers didn't even have the sense that they knew stealing was wrong, and they contacted your law department. And what did the law department say? Oh, call the police. You got to keep those signs. All of us learned, including you, Daniel, from our mothers. Don't steal property that is not yours. It's not enough that you are trying to steal $75,000 from Sean because of retaliatory violation, erroneous fines. You wanted $75,000 plus another $775, which is what those two signs are worth. And when your public safety officer said, you know, they're downstairs, they're not coming back up, I said, yes, they are. This is property, not theirs. Those signs are right there. Because that was the right thing to do. And your police officers were very professional. They did the right thing. Your fire marshals were very professional. They didn't do the right thing. You need to do the right thing and get rid of those fines and stop retaliating against my friend Sean.
The guy that took the signs needs to be arrested for theft. The disrespect by city employees is very inappropriate and they need to be fired. It is unconscionable that public servants are allowed to abuse their power so badly and so often. I hope Sean can win this case and show these dictators that the people of Brookhaven are united against tyranny. Next, these corrupt officers arrested an innocent individual simply for filming outside a bank.
You can still see the ring around me. You still see the ring. You still see the ring around my wrist.
On August 20th, 2024, a man was recording the U.S. Bank from the sidewalk when staff members came outside and began arguing with him. The situation escalated, and the cops were called to the scene. However, the officers would somehow only make the situation worse from there.
I don't know. How you doing?
Doing good. How can I help you?
You got a bottle of water and a lollipop?
I do not, but you are not allowed to video the branch.
Why is that?
Because it's a federal institution, you cannot video it.
Oh, I don't plan on going inside of your bank. I'm not doing
You can't
nothing.
video the outside of my branch. It's a bank.
Okay.
You cannot video it.
But I'm actually working on something.
Okay, but you can't video the branch.
Well, I'm not going to be out here long. You know, just a few more hours. I'm not going to be too long out here.
Either stop videoing, or I will call security and have them stop you.
Security?
You cannot video the
You
branch.
can call security. Security can't do nothing. Just don't call them. Okay.
You can get off our property.
I'm not on your property.
You are. We own this whole thing.
You on the sidewalk?
We own all of this.
Keep watching, because what the officers do once they arrive on scene will leave you stunned.
What's your name?
Mine's Jillian Parker.
Jillian, okay. Well, Jillian said that she's, that they own all of this. So, it's 2 more workers right there, and, they checking the door and making sure the door is... How you doing?
Hi, if you can just exit our building area, I'm their district operations manager.
And what's your name?
My name's Jacqueline.
Okay.
And I would prefer that you don't record me.
And what's your name?
What can we help with, sir?
I asked her, did she have a bottle of water and a lollipop?
No.
You don't?
They don't have bottled water for clients.
Or lollipops?
You can go through the drive-thru if you would like, but we can't have you videoing and taking surveillance of our building.
And like I
So
told...
I'm going to ask that you leave the premises, or we're going to have you escorted out.
Like I told the young lady that just came out,
So why are you still recording? What is the purpose?
I can't even talk. You won't stop talking.
No, because we've asked
Okay.
you to leave.
Okay.
So we'll just have an escort come take you out.
An escort?
Police escort.
You gonna call the police?
Yes.
You must want me to leave, huh?
The interaction had just begun, and she was already having a headache dealing with it. And she would only get worse from here.
From the sidewalk?
Right.
Well, here, I'm just gonna go around there, then I'll get the, maybe the drive-through. Is this where the employers park at?
You can't video the bank.
But I'm not on your property.
But you can't video the bank. It's a security issue.
For what?
For the employees who work here.
What are their concerns?
That people who would want to rob this bank would video it to see how things operate and then use that. You're not allowed to video.
How crazy do that sound, man? I told her I was
You don't work in the industry. You don't work in the bank. That's a security protocol. You need to stop.
Okay, well, I told her I was...
They are going to call the police.
I mean...
It's up to you.
She's really calling the police?
Yes.
You really think she's doing
Yes.
that?
I know she is.
This guy had issues with recording from a distance in public, but was walking up to the guy's face. Either he's lying, or he just has an issue with someone exercising their rights because of his huge ego. This man knew nothing about the law, but you have to wait and see the ignorant cops who arrive on the scene.
About this, if you're wrong, would you apologize to me? If I'm wrong, I'll apologize to you. And of course, they'll make me leave. But I tell them before I leave, let me apologize to this gentleman and these ladies. So if you guys are wrong, would you guys apologize to me?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
That's fine, but
Okay.
they're telling you they're going to make you leave.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it, man.
Okay.
You know. But like I was saying, I'm not gonna be out here long. Just a few more hours. I'm just gonna get maybe the drive-through and
you're
the.
not.
I'm gonna get the
You're
drive.
not.
Okay, you gonna walk with me? Come on. So we got I can't hear you.
These are private vehicles. You are not at liberty to take pictures of.
I cannot hear you. Can you stop yelling so I can understand?
Loud, you can hear me.
I can't
Do not
understand.
take pictures of the vehicles
I can't-
in this parking lot.
Now say it one more time so I can understand what.
Do not take pictures of the vehicles
Okay.
in a bank parking lot.
But I'm not on your property.
It
But
doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter.
That matters.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't.
This is private information. It is not for your use. You video me all you want.
Just
I
go
don't
to the
care.
side.
No, I will
It's
not.
not like that. It's not how this works.
Hey, you guys, look at them, man. This.
See, but now, when the police do show up, it's going to be a real problem.
Despite being law enforcement officers, they would be even worse. It seemed like they really had nothing better to do than follow him around.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I will give you that, but she has.
So can you tell me what you're working
No,
on?
because y'all a team and you still trying to stand in front of my camera.
But why can't you tell me what you're working on?
I could have, man, but you know, y'all came out a little y'all as a team, y'all came out a little disrespectful. You didn't, but
So then tell me.
okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? Can you stand in front of my camera so I can make sure I did tell you this on
Can you
camera?
just tell me this
I'm gonna
now?
tell you if you let me get you on camera. You so
I've
close,
been on camera.
man. You are very close. Just
So
take
go
a
ahead
step.
and tell me.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
what I am here doing, man, I'm an independent journalist here gathering content for a story.
And what story?
I can't say
Why?
because it'll compromise the story. It hasn't been published yet.
It's common sense that you don't want to reveal a project before it's final. This guy lacked even a basic understanding of anything he was talking about.
Okay, so what have you been publishing before?
I got a lot of work
Like
published. Banks, government facilities.
What about them?
I cover them, man.
What do you cover?
Give me your business card. See, that's where you being rude at, though, man. I shouldn't have told you nothing, man.
You didn't tell me anything. You're refusing to answer my question.
So you guys,
After I treated you with respect and dignity.
you should do that outside on the public. You're in the public.
Which I did, but you're not treating me with that same respect.
I am.
No, you're not.
So, yeah. So right now we just waiting on KCPD to pull up so he can educate these
what are they going to tell us when they get here?
They're going to say this, he has every right. He's standing on the public sidewalk. He has every right to do what he's doing. And then I'm going to wait and expect for you to come back out and give me an apology. Okay. Like you said, if you're a man, you know. So you guys, walk with me. Come on, I order you to follow me. You're my security, man. Make sure nobody touches me, man. You see how she rolled up screaming?
Shortly after, the officers arrived on the scene, and they clearly weren't fans of justice.
I think she's kind of second guessing what she did. And you guys, if you see, this guy hasn't been physically rude, but blocking my recording, they coming in hot. Cherries and berries. And here we go.
Come on, sir.
How you doing? Can I get your name and badge number just so I know who I'm speaking to?
Yeah, it's Officer Hall 5826.
Great. How you doing, sir? Can I get your name and badge number just so I can know who I'm speaking to?
Right here.
How can I help you guys?
Well, we got called here because you're videotaping stuff and they asked you to leave and you have not.
I didn't go on their property or on their property.
Okay, well, we also received another call from another bank of you doing the exact same thing about 30 minutes ago.
Okay, on the sidewalk.
So what are you doing?
I'm recording.
Why?
I let the guy know I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. I told him I have no ill intent. I'm not on you guys' property. I'm on the sidewalk.
Well, what's the story?
I told him I can't say. It's not published yet.
Okay, but do you understand how it's weird?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you understand how it's legal for me to record on the public sidewalk?
Okay, well,
why won't you tell him that?
Because
I'm on the public sidewalk.
You're still in the parking lot.
I'm on a public sidewalk.
Oh, all the way.
Sir, can I get a supervisor out here, please? Let's get a supervisor.
Okay, well, we need to get your information.
Absolutely not.
Okay. And we'll put your hands.
Yeah, they just cuffed me, y'all. It's her right there hollering. Don't know the law. And she turned my camera off. That's why my camera let me get back to the public.
The First Amendment allows anyone to film while on public property, in this case, the sidewalk. Anything seen while standing on the sidewalk can be recorded and is well within the law.
Well, let's get off her property.
Look at Holland. I got you. You know the last time you see me, Miss Holland? This is not the last time you see me, Holland. Look at them. Yeah, you guys. So I'm up here at Security Bank. They came and cuffed me. You can still see the ring around me. You still see the ring. You still see the ring around my wrist.
For context, these corrupt cops had turned off the man's camera and then put him in handcuffs. The cuffs had now been taken off.
She stopped my video. Yeah. Yeah. Big dog. Come on, where's my apology? Big dog. Big dog. Come and give me my apology. I'm big dog out here. What's up? You got something for me?
No.
You ain't got nothing for me? You ain't gonna say, you ain't gonna apologize? You said if I'm wrong, if you guys are wrong, that you'll apologize.
Earlier, he'd said this about the possibility of being wrong. And if this doesn't prove the officer's guilt, I don't know what does.
Okay.
We're not
not allowed to do that.
From the sidewalk?
Correct.
So if you guys are wrong, would you guys apologize to me?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
That's fine, but
Okay.
they're telling you they're going to make you leave.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it, man.
What did I say that was wrong?
Y'all said I cannot record this building, and y'all called the cops on me. Yo, you said you would have. Man, it's okay, bro. Man, I'm about to get everything. Look at this, y'all. He ain't even a man of his word. Do not come to U.S. Bank.
While this was shocking, these next tyrant officers got their ass handed to them by a vigilant detective. Private Investigator was sitting in his car when he got the police called on him by a homeowner who thought he was suspicious.
I've got a call that you were parked in front of a bus stop, and then you were relocated here. This is what was dispatched to me.
Okay,
and you're parked in front of somebody's house. This is not a normal place for people to be parked.
Okay.
And I am asking you to identify yourself.
Okay.
Okay, and you have to, by law, identify yourself. I need your ID, sir, to verify who you are.
I have to identify myself if you suspect me. Florida, is this a Terry stop? Am I being detained?
You are, right now. Yes, you are.
Under suspicion of what crime, sir?
Loitering and prowling.
Loitering is? Under the statute,
sir,
loitering?
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to give me your driver's license here in a minute, or you're going to go to jail for resisting.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
I'm going to give him a license, then I'm going to file an internal affairs complaint on you for violating my Fourth Amendment
totally
right.
allowed to do
Name and badge number, sir?
My name's Munson, MONSON 544 for recording.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm going to give you my Florida Investigator's license, which is acceptable to identify myself. This is incredible.
Are cops even educated on the Constitution? The man's ID isn't going to tell them if he's been suspicious or not, but under threat of arrest, the PI complies.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What county is this? Alachua County? Do you all violate citizens' rights all the time? No response to that, deputy? No response to that. Suspects me of no crime. I haven't broken the law. Under the threat of arrest, has required to give me identification. Now somehow my identity is going to quell his suspicion of whatever it is he has of me. I asked for a supervisor.
If you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor, we're more than happy to do that.
Well, you got no problem sitting here detaining me.
Do you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor?
I asked for a supervisor. I'd like for you to call a supervisor. I'm glad you got a smile on your face while you're violating my rights. Did you take an oath to the Constitution, deputy? Ought to be ashamed of yourself. Unbelievable. I suggest you refresh yourself on the law and what reasonable suspicion is. You go ahead and smile now. I will be filing an internal affairs complaint against you. Not that your corrupt internal affairs will do anything about it. Apparently you boys in blue don't know how to break that line.
Charles Hoffman, 1031 to 69 is 5429. Valid Class A CDL license expires 2021. You need the number?
54. Anyone else in the vehicle?
So now you're illegally running me through David. Boys just don't know how to uphold the law.
There's no public record exemption on tags, right?
Public what?
There's no public
Yeah, but you also know there's a
tags.
state, you have to have a reasonable cause to run my tag through David. That's why that state trooper, that's why the Florida Highway Patrol trooper got sued, right?
Okay, sir, listen. If I ran your emergency contact, looked at your emergency contact information,
Just a minute.
that we're not allowed.
6429 with the valid details till October 31st.
You know, we got stuff.
May I ask why you're running my tag?
Run your tag because you're parked in front of a house you do not live in.
Is that
That's the
suspicious?
bottom line.
Is that suspicious?
It's very suspicious. You don't even live here. You're
Oh, in
telling me
this
you're from
time
out
and
of
age, right, with terrorists and everything, right? At this time and age.
town. Okay. You need to move your vehicle out from in front of your house.
Why?
So you need to move your vehicle out from your house.
So you're saying it's illegal for me to sit there?
Is there even a shoulder? You're parked in the grass. Is there even
It's
a
an
shoulder
easement, 33 feet from the center line. Are you giving me a lawful
You're free to
command?
go. You can go. Or you can wait for the supervisor to come.
I'm going to wait for the supervisor.
Please do. Don't go back in your vehicle.
Why can't I go back in my vehicle?
Because I'm standing out here and I don't know what's in your vehicle. If you want us to stand here to wait for a supervisor, I'm good with that. But because the way you're acting, I'm not going to let you get back in your vehicle unless you're leaving. Because I don't know what's in your vehicle.
So can I not stay on the side of the road?
You can get in your vehicle and you can leave.
But I can't get in my vehicle and sit there.
Or you can stand right here and wait for the supervisor because I don't know what's in your vehicle.
Are you going to stay here and wait as well?
I'm going to stand right here and wait with you.
All right. So once again, once the supervisor leaves and you leaves, am I allowed to sit there and stay there? That's a simple yes or no question.
Why are you sitting here?
I am working.
Okay, where are you working?
That's none of your damn business.
Had this much problem.
None of your damn. You know why? Because you don't have people who know how to stand up for their rights and can't stand arrogant, illegal acting cops. That's why. You've came here. You've required me to show ID when I didn't have to. I'm sitting on the side of the road. I haven't broken a law, and you abused your authority. That gun and that badge doesn't give you abusive rights.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Do you have a house?
Do I have a house?
Do you live somewhere?
No, I live under a fucking rock.
See, now you're being sarcastic, and I'm just asking you honest questions. You're getting upset. I'm not even saying anything. So you live at a house? You got private property, right? So you, in your experience, if somebody was parked right in front of your house like that vehicle is, would that rouse your suspicion?
Perhaps, yeah.
Would you call law enforcement?
No.
You'd probably go out and handle it yourself.
Probably.
Would you arm yourself and go out there and do it?
May or may not.
Okay, well, not everyone has that courage, sir. They're not as brave as you. So that's when they call us, because this is who we swore our oath to, the citizens of El Huntsville County.
All right.
So I came here.
Yep.
Now I have to verify who you are.
Well,
let's
stop right there. Let's stop right there. See, you think this is funny, Deputy?
No, I do not think
Let's make it serious. Let's talk to each other, two gentlemen, okay? You do understand the Fourth Amendment, right, Deputy? What does the Fourth Amendment guarantee?
I'm not going to sit here.
See, you don't want to talk about something. You're going to lose that.
You keep shutting me down. I'm trying to explain to you what's going on.
No, you're not. You're avoiding it. I'm answering your questions, and you don't want to answer mine. I have a Fourth Amendment right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution that says I am free from illegal search and seizures. There is Florida statute which states in order for me to ID myself, again, listen to me carefully, in order for me to be required to identify myself in the state of Florida, I must A, be under arrest, or B, you must have RAS or PC that I have committed a crime or am about to commit a crime. Exactly. You have none of those standards. You have come here and said...
You didn't even listen to me. You didn't listen to what I said. I tried to explain this very nicely to you, sir.
Suspicion.
I have, and that's all I need. Reasonable suspicion that a crime is or about or has been committed.
Am I in bizarro world, or is this deputy not understanding the English language? Okay, listen to me once again. In order to require me to ID myself, see, you don't want to listen.
Going in circles.
No, because you're not listening.
You're sitting here for the supervisor. I don't particularly want to talk to you anymore. You're free to get in your car and leave.
No,
if you want to get in your car,
you're not listening.
Or you can wait for the supervisor.
What crime do you suspect me of committing or about to?
Now that I've identified you, none.
Did the ID speak to him? What kind of ludicrous behavior is this? Now they waited for his supervisor, but something tells me they aren't going to be any different from this tyrant.
Stand over in front of my car, please.
I'm not still detained. You have no control or custody over me.
You're not coming near me.
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you, you're not coming near me. You're gonna.
I'm not coming near you. I'm looking to see what this deputy. Make sure you don't get a rifle and shoot me. You know, you cops aren't known for shooting people. So back to my point where you were embarrassed because I caught you in a, because you can't state a crime that you suspect me of committing. You want to say suspicion. Suspicion is not a crime. Loitering, which is also contempt of cop, that standard's also not met, because under the Florida statute, you must give me a reason to articulate why I'm in the area I am. I explained to you that I'm an investigator and I'm working. So that quells your interest. I tell you, man, you all wonder why cops are being shot in the street. Certified interrogator. I've been doing this job for 16 years. All right? Look at your body. Look at your body language.
You can't have a conversation. I
really?
tried to have a conversation.
What are we doing
and
now?
all you're doing is jumping up and down.
I'm jumping up and down.
You don't know anything. You're being insulting. You're being rude. But you want me to be nice to you.
I'm not asking you to be. I'm not asking you to be nice. You haven't been nice to me. You violated my Fourth Amendment. You're telling me what to do and what I can't do. You told me I can't stay there when I have every legal right to sit there. See, you think that's all okay. Because once again, you have that gun and that badge, and you think that gives you the right to tell people what to do when you have no legal authority to do so. You can't deny any of that, can you? See, your body language is saying I'm absolutely right in what I'm saying, and you're embarrassed about it.
So, I'm so glad you got that figured out.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you're a genius. You got it all worked out.
Yeah, yeah.
You're fast, you're correction, private investigation, sure.
Yeah.
You got it all worked out.
Guarantee my fucking IQ's higher than yours, buddy. Guarantee.
Maybe.
Yeah, no maybe about it.
Maybe.
Guarantee it.
It's possible.
I'm smart enough to not violate people's rights. I'm smart enough to expose corrupt cops. Yeah, just like I exposed your ass.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm gonna just go wait up at my vehicle.
Yeah,
I don't
listen to me. Do not go. I do not know what's in your vehicle.
I didn't say in. I did not say
you're gonna either wait here or you're gonna leave. You're not going in that near that vehicle.
I'm just gonna go stand
You're not
over there.
going near that vehicle. I do not know what's in that vehicle, and the way you're